Hey, it's Kevin. Thanks for coming by for another No BS social media chat. In the nearly 5 years we've been doing these videos, you would think a lot with social media has changed. And while sure, there has been some change, in all honesty, the basics of social media haven't changed in the last 5 years, and for the most part, for the last 10 to 15 years. Sure, the platforms change, but the basics of social media don't change. And as I mentioned last week, I think it's a good point in our video series, over 200 videos in, that we go back and look at some of the basics. Because the one thing I learned, again, we've been doing these videos almost 5 years. I've been a professional social media person for, going on 12 years now, and I've been doing social media now for almost 15 years. And what's amazing to me is some of the basic things we talked about in videos 1 through 20 are still things I talk about with each and every client, darn near each and every meeting, and at the same time, no less frequently than I did 4 or 5 years ago when we were starting these videos. Today we're talking about the primary platforms. And years ago, I identified the platforms we would be focusing on, not only with the video series, but just what I'd be focusing on in my social media consultancy. I call them the Big Four. Back in the old days, they had the Big Four auto manufacturers. You had your Fords, you had your GMs, you had your Chryslers, your Plymouths, and all those. And we've got our Big Four social media. We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter, we've got YouTube, and we've got Instagram. Now, in theory, if you're going after the car analogy, GM was a Chevy and was an Oldsmobile and was a Buick. So I guess really is Facebook and Instagram the same thing? Yes and no. But those are the Big Four sites that we talk about on a regular basis. Because I have found for most clients, whether it's in the music business, whether it's media personalities, whether it's a small business, whether it's even, someone in the public sector and someone in the nonprofit sector, these 4 sites are the ones that you're going to be doing the most work, the most business on. And that's both good and bad. Here's the bottom line. I didn't mention Snapchat. You into Snapchat? Use it. There are some people who use a platform called WhatsApp. If it works for you, use it. But I think for most people, if we focused on the 4 primary platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, we're going to be fine. Now, I'll be honest with you. I don't find Instagram being as important today as it was a year ago, let alone 2 years ago. The political climate has changed. The use of Twitter has changed. It's funny. I still get business off of Twitter, but I don't get as much engagement. Saw the same thing with Instagram, seeing the same thing with YouTube. The videos I produced just for my video blog 6, 8, 9 years ago got many more plays than the new ones I do today. It's not because the content isn't as good. It's because more people are creating content themselves. That means more content's out there, and people only have so many finite hours in a day. At the end of the day, you need to sit down and figure out which sites are most important to you. Now, I'm not saying don't use any of them. You must use all of them. You must use them all equally. Each and every one of us has a different need, a different function, and each site will function in a different way. I have recording artists all the time who say, you got to pay to get placement on Facebook, and I'm not getting as much engagement, so I really don't want to do anything on Facebook. And I understand where they're coming from. But as I warn them, at the end of the day, you still have more people engaging with Facebook, more consumers engaging with Facebook every day than all the other sites. So it's almost a necessary evil to still have a good Facebook strategy, to still work with Facebook, to still put a lot of focus on Facebook, privacy policy aside. Same thing for YouTube, especially for a recording artist, especially for a media personality. I know creating video content is not fun. Tell me about it as we record this video content. But I think it's important that you keep creating content. Twitter, just good for top-of-mind stuff. So it's good just to keep your visibility out there. It's good to get people to talk about you and to retweet you and all those kind of things. Same thing with Instagram. But it may not necessarily help you grow your business. It will help you grow your brand. And that's something we're going to be talking about in future videos too. So over the next couple of 2-3 weeks, if you've been watching since episode 1, you'll probably hear some of these recurring themes, recurring topics, but I think it's almost like a refresher course. And if you didn't start with us and go all the way back to episode 1, it's a great place to jump right on in. Would love to have you come back again next week. We'll talk more about the platforms, talk more about strategies over the course of the next 6 weeks, kind of a review session over 200 episodes in. NoBSSocial.com, the website for all of our videos. We also have them on YouTube, have them on Facebook. Again, I don't care where you watch. I just ask that you come back again next week and watch. And hey, if you'll tell a friend, that'd be great too, because we're not giving away any secrets that are going to help you over one another. It's the work you do yourself with social media that's going to put you over the top. Thanks for stopping by. See you next week. Another No BS social media chat. You want me? Phone number, email address? Come up right here at the end of the video. Would love to connect with you and talk more about it. Thanks.